There you go. Podcast. You know. Hey, what is up, everybody? Ball So Hard crew.
Full house today.
We got a full house today. We got a full
let's go, team!
Ooh.
It's intercepted!
Saints, Bears, Saints take care of business. But hey, we've got a whole crew. We've got some new faces. That this person right here, Paula. Got a woman for all you pervs out there.
Talking to you, UPS man.
UPS man.
UPS man.
Oh boy. So week 15, a lot of crazy. Oh, we got Cody back there still too. He's Chef Cody. Chef Cody stepped into the frame over here.
He's actually in there.
See him too? Hey.
And we have Ivan behind the scenes.
Yeah, we got a producer behind the scenes.
Can't
see this. But all right, yeah. But yeah, let's talk some football. Big news today.
I don't want to talk football, JP. Let's talk about basketball. Those Chicago Bulls are doing fantastic.
Those bitter Bear fans. All right, go. So let's talk some DeMarco Murray and broken hands.
Ooh,
DeMarco Murray broke his hand during the Sunday night game. And everybody in Dallas think it's like, oh, no big deal. He just has a broken hand. Like, of course you can play with a broken hand. It's no big deal. I think it might be a little bit more serious. I think they're like trying to talk themselves like out of everything. Oh no, everything's okay.
Cool. He only needs one hand, right? It's only like a running back. He doesn't use his hand very well.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to put themselves at ease, you know? When Ingram was here, I'm like, nah, it's cool. Just a broken hand. I said the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Right? That's what I mean.
Jerry does it all the time. Although, as an Eagles fan, I don't like injuries and stuff, but we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, so no, it was. I think that they're in really big denial right now. I still think he might be out a little bit longer than people think, especially people in Dallas. He might miss a game. If it was me, if Dallas somehow clinches a playoff spot within next week or whatever, I'd hold him out. Just hold him out until the playoffs. You guys are there. Just hold him out.
They can't clinch a playoff spot until week 17 then.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so
fair enough.
No, like they need him right now. They really do.
Yeah.
But
Because
it doesn't matter time though. He lasted this long. It's miracle.
Did they say what bone was broken?
It was like right above his middle finger, or sorry, his ring finger.
the hand bone.
Like above, like up or?
It's above. It's above his ring finger. He said, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they can.
Oh, I mean, going which way?
They can put it.
Yeah, I got to figure this out.
They can put it.
Left or right hand?
I think it's his right hand, the hand that he carries the ball with. So I say that lightly because running backs carry the hand.
Yeah, they're both
either
in the
way.
speech, yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that turns out. That could be interesting. I was just gonna say I saw a stat that DeMarco Murray has 38% of the Dallas Cowboys yards this year, and that's most by any other player on any other team.
And he's
38%.
Well, I mean, think about how many players there are, and then he gets one player having 38%. He's obviously carrying the team,
And he's a workhorse. He gets like 30 carries a game and stuff. That's a huge loss for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, on Sunday he had 31 carries. 31 carries.
And I mean, to be honest, like the amount of work he's been doing, and he only has a broken hand up until this point. I mean, fuck, that's still really good. His legs are still intact. He can still run.
I agree. He's really he's been injured prone the past couple years, and for him to just have a slight break in his bone and in his hand through this many games, impressive.
I mean, probably when he had the game, he probably went home and fucking rumbled one out real quick, and he's like, misstroked it, he broke his hand.
Being the Eagles like that, yeah, he'd be excited too. I'm not
happy about it. It was that was a hell of a game. Let's talk about that game. So, do you think that
Let's talk about the Eagles losing? Yes.
do you think the Cowboys have a legitimate shot now of getting into the playoffs and making some noise? Now that they're a game lead, 2 games to go, they do play the Colts next.
Who's their backup running back? Because I mean, you got to still think
Dunbar.
They have the best offensive line in the league. So I mean, any running back there is going to get some yards.
Actually, yeah. If DeMarco Murray doesn't play next week, and then the other running back just fucking falls out, then we're gonna know it's definitely offensive line, and Murray has a small part of it.
It's the most ridiculous game I've ever seen in my life.
It's fucking retarded. I'm not throwing to Jimmy. What the fuck, man?
The most scoring game in their league.
Of course, if the Cowboys lose once and the Eagles win out, because the Eagles own the tiebreaker because they have a better division record. But that's if they lose a game, which is a rather controllable destiny.
Well, they do. They have a big matchup. They have a big matchup coming up this week versus the Colts.
They play at home, which they've been struggling at home. The Cowboys does.
True. Then we'll talk a little bit more about that game during our picks. But they play the Colts, and I think they played Washington.
Yeah,
Washington. Yeah.
Who beat them already?
Who did beat them? But Washington.
Yeah, they're garbage.
Yeah.
There's 2 weeks left in the season, right?
Yes.
So I think Eagles technically have the tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, you never know, dude. Eagles can still come. I mean, all that have to happen is just tie their record.
Yeah,
and Eagles take it.
Cowboys lose one game and we win both. We're in.
Oh yeah, so all that has to happen is okay.
But to get the Eagles to get into the playoffs, they need their Cowboys to lose one, win both games. Well, we need to win both games, and or the Packers, Lions, or the Seahawks lose out.
So who do you guys play in your final?
We play.
Son of a bitch, dude.
We play. We play the Redskins next on Saturday.
It's $220
And then the Giants.
Oh my God, it's funny.
All these fantasy connoisseurs are shitting their pants.
That helps no one.
That helps no one. So yeah, I don't know. You guys had 2 winnable games. Say again.
Yeah, the Redskins and the Giants.
Redskins and Giants.
Both away.
Both away.
But
I know they're division games, but those are 2 winnable games.
Yeah,
and the Colts are hitting their streak. They did clinch a play. They did win their division. So they are in the playoffs.
We're still fighting for seed.
For seed.
Hey, I will say the Bears still have a chance. We just need the Packers and the Lions to go on strike. And then we're in. We got it.
Seeing weird things happen.
So we need Jay Cutler to come out with some kind of scandal, and everyone else in the Bears.
Speaking of Packers,
Packers.
Yeah.
Speaking of Packers going strike, looks like that's what happened on Sunday. They just didn't show up, right? So
Yeah, that was, and I had a funny feeling that whenever you go to Buffalo, it's always a tough place to play. Buffalo is hard. They're somewhat decent this year too.
The Packers have never won at Buffalo, ever.
And that's 2 weeks in a row. Buffalo held 2 elite quarterbacks to less than 200 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
How long is that streak going for now? The Packers losing to the at Buffalo.
Never, ever.
Well, how many games has it been? Like, do they play? They
They play each other every 4 years.
Okay.
But
So what, 10 games? I think it's like 10 games.
That's so interesting. I found out that this morning too. That's so fucking interesting. Really?
Never have beaten the Bills at Buffalo.
the Jets have never beat the Eagles too. Ever. Philadelphia, I think.
Crystal's factor day.
Going back to the Eagles and the Cowboys. This is my favorite part of fucking fantasy, or like football in general. All these different scenarios,
it's the playoffs. The best part.
So interesting.
Playoffs, crazy stuff. And talking about the playoffs, let's talk about the playoffs. Some teams that have clinched, like I said, the Colts clinched their division. The Patriots also clinched their division, which is no surprise. The Patriots have clinched their division 10 years. 10 years in a row now?
Jesus.
Something like that. They've won 10 games. At least since I was in diapers. I don't know. They've just been.
Actually, no. They didn't. There was 1 year. 1 year.
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs and they didn't win the division.
When Brady
got hurt, and Matt Castle took over the playoffs.
They won 11 games.
Brady has not missed the playoffs.
They did win 11 games that year though, but missed the playoffs.
True. They've just been unstoppable. Broncos have also won their division, and then the Cardinals have clinched their playoff spot. They haven't won the division yet. The Seahawks haven't had a chance.
Big game.
To take that.
Big game this Sunday. Seahawks versus Cardinals.
I know Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night.
So yeah, those are the teams that make the playoffs. So out of these 4 teams that have just clinched the playoff spot or won the division, who do you think will go the deepest in the playoffs? The Patriots, the Patriots, the Broncos, or the Cardinals?
The Patriots. I think it's the Patriots.
Yep, Patriots.
They're the best team out of all of them. To be honest with you, I think.
Yeah, I think the Broncos, man. The Broncos, they're just. Don't get me wrong. The Patriots are good, and they're going to be fighting for that seeding. But we'll see who. We'll see. They're going to face off. I'm pretty sure we know that's going to be the AFC championship.
But here's the thing, though. I don't know why, but they've been leaning towards a run lately. Is it a Manning thing, or is it just a choice?
Well, yeah, I was saying, Manny, he was sick, and didn't he hurt his hamstring?
Yeah, no, here's his thigh, or something like that. During the game. Because he threw it up block. He threw it up block, and then he left for one series, I think.
No, that was before the game. Before the game, he hurt his hamstring or something like that. And so he did that block last week's game, went out for a series. But that's also because he has like the flu.
Yeah, he had the flu. I know he went to the locker. There was a lot of conflicting reports during the game. They were saying that he went to the locker room to get fluids. Then there was a report saying he went to the locker room to get his thigh looked out or his hamstring, whatever. So there's conflicting reports. It always happens whenever a big name goes for a locker room, especially like Peyton Manning, who's hardly ever gets injured. There's always like, no, this happened. No, this. So it was crazy nonetheless. Brock Osweiler came in as his backup, who's actually I think is going to be pretty good once Peyton Manning goes off to the races.
So about 20 years.
Speaking of quarterbacks coming in, we're going to talk about Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, retired.
Yes, it's segue.
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I was gonna say
has
that.
his first start of the year.
I don't know if he's,
Best quarterback ever.
I don't know if he started,
Ever.
never showed up. He just stayed in the bus and
Did a bunch of coke.
Yeah, he did a bunch of cocaine off strippers' asses and shit.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So Johnny Manziel had his first start. He did not do well.
like 80 yards.
Yeah, I think he was like 8 for 16.
Now, how much was that Johnny and how, like him being a rookie, or how much was that the Browns?
The Browns have been decent.
But like that game,
That game, actually,
the
yeah.
game, their offensive line was like a piece of paper.
Yeah, fair enough.
He made horrible plays.
Yeah, he also did he threw balls high. He missed throws. It was just like he threw off his back foot. It was a terrible game by Johnny.
So Johnny Manziel's numbers was he was 10 for 18 for 80 yards and 2 picks. Also, which I thought was kind of funny. I was watching Sports Nation and they were talking about if you were to sack Johnny Manziel, would you get up and celebrate in the money signs? Would you do the money signs after you sack Johnny Manziel?
Who was that?
They did it like
right out a little bit. We'll get into that. But no, yeah. So there was this big questioning. One guy, I think Clinton Portis was on there. He said, "Yeah, I'm going to do the money sign." The other guy was like, "You know what? I played in the NFL, and I'm not gonna feed into his hype. I'm going to sack him. I'm going to do my own celebration. I'm going to walk back to the thing. I'm not going to make Johnny Manziel the center of my success. What I just did. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So it did make sense, but obviously these 3 people who sacked him did not, or these 3 people who taunted him. Did not.
Ow. No flag.
These 3 people did not do that. They sacked him and did the money sign.
Right in front of the face.
Ray Maluga, to be, I think one of the guys. He went right in front of him, did the money sign, and he got flagged for a 15-yard penalty. So, but what do you guys think of Johnny Manziel's start? Do you think he's gonna? Does he have a future? Is it just the Bengals, who's a really good defense? Do you think? Where do the Browns go from here?
I think I don't know if we can judge him after just one game. I mean, I want to see a little bit more. Although it was a really, really bad game, to be honest with you. But he's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like they're not going to count him out. He's a rookie. Of course, you're going to have a bad game. Oh, there you go. Get in the end zone.
And
but and so I think if, the Browns are probably going to keep him for a little bit and try him out, test the waters. If he gets better, This is his time to shine right now.
It's just rookie quarterback expectations are so high right now these days because of like recent success. But like back in the day, rookies don't usually sit for like 4 years until they play. And look at Aaron Rodgers; that's what happened.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think I don't know. I still think they should have stepped with Hoyer. He got you there, and yes, granted, he had 10 turnovers in the past 4 weeks. He's having just a horrendous stretch of games. But I mean, you win some, you lose some, you go down with the ship. You got to stick with your guy. And I think just throwing Johnny Manziel, a young rookie quarterback, to the wolves like that, I don't know. I think either one, it might damage his confidence, and 2, he might get hurt. You know what I mean? Especially the running quarterback the way he is. So, but hey, it's the Browns. They know that they haven't been in this situation that they are now in a long time. So they're trying to.
Also, in a business standpoint, maybe they're just trying to get a couple good games out of them so they can trade them off for something actually valuable.
I think another reason why they started because I think they felt like they needed a spark because they were on a slump, and I think they were hoping that the Manziel magic is still there, but
He had it.
And then so I think they just was looking for that spark.
Yeah, I think so too. It was funny when so before every week they come out with it's called NFL Maps, and they show you like which teams are playing at which states and all this type of stuff. And the majority of the games had the Packers. I think there's a referee down in this Saints game. Oh boy! Watch out.
Oh, come on, man! It's personal foul. Roughing the referee. Roughing the
Shouldered by one of the Saints players. No wonder they're winning. They're beating up the refs.
Yeah, Bounty Gate Part 2.
There's a bounty on that ref.
Bounty on the ref. So yeah, like I was saying, so before Johnny Manziel was declared a starter, they had NFL maps of what teams will be playing where on the states, on the map. And the majority had, I think, the Packers and Packers and Bills game. It was just, the majority of the. And then soon as Johnny Manziel started, they switched all of them, and almost half the country was going to watch the Bengals and the Browns.
It wasn't even half. It was like 90%.
Yeah, it was like crazy. It was crazy.
It's like any out of market. Like if you don't have your team playing in your market, you're watching the Browns and the Bengals pretty much.
I'm curious. You want to see Johnny Manziel? That's got another business reason why the Browns picked him. They want views. They want publicity. Oh my God, did they catch that? Holding. Probably.
But no, you're right. I think they need publicity. Dude, that last week helped the NFL tremendous.
Hell yeah.
Everyone wants to see Johnny.
Yep. They're going to use it. They're going to get as much money as they can out of him. And, if he shines, that's great.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, well then,
they
tried.
Yeah, they tried.
It's not like the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they had a good year. That's cool. But now they're just going to see what they can get out of them.
Exactly. Touchdown Bears, by the way. Then what's not time?
Yeah.
Probably on time.
Yeah.
On the board. No shout out tonight.
Coming back. Fourth quarter comeback. Here we go.
Comeback Kings.
Pick six.
And they're going for 2.
They're going for 2. Pick six.
Let's go for 2.
That's the next topic.
So, another thing, Adrian Peterson, this has been pretty much the whole year. He obviously went through an appeal for his suspension, and it was denied. Unlike Ray Rice, who got approved for his appeal, and he is now free to sign with any other team, which obviously was probably not going to happen, especially this late. So Adrian Peterson denied. He then came out and is obviously protesting. I heard today that the NFL's Players Union is going to sue the NFL now on behalf of Adrian Peterson. This is crazy stuff. But now Adrian Peterson came out and says he's thinking about retiring. He's been thinking about getting out of the NFL and joining the Olympics, which he's been doing since he was in, I guess, high school, middle school, whatever. He's an Olympic runner and do whatever Olympic stuff. What do you think of that? Do you think he has a right? Do you think he has some point or what?
Yeah, I mean, why did he get like Ray Rice did, but not him? I mean, I think what Ray Rice did, I want to say because Adrian Peterson thought he was disciplining his kid, while Ray Rice straight up, his girlfriend, straight up. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't know if. Do you think Adrian Peterson's going to be a contender in the Olympics?
He's a really good athlete, but
yeah, just because you're really good at everyone in the Olympics is a really good athlete, and they've been focused on doing the Olympics. They didn't take a break and go to the NFL.
That's because they don't
have that easy sport of the NFL.
Also, and his body's more banged up because
he's taking a lot of hits. His joints are gonna hurt.
Towards ACL a couple times as well.
I mean, that's a tough transition.
But that's a big loss for the NFL though, because he was a huge face for the NFL. If he retires, that's like someone Peyton Manning if he retires. Just losing someone like that.
No, he was definitely exciting to watch. He was probably one of the best running backs. I mean, you know,
It was so fun to watch.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was amazing.
He
of this generation, at least,
Yeah. One of the best running backs. He also is the reason there's a new stadium in Minnesota coming up. He's the one who pretty much built that stadium.
I mean, Adrian Peterson was Vikings.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
was.
When you thought about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if I ever consider the Vikings winning, like, oh yeah, Adrian Peterson's just probably gonna ball out today, you know. So that's why the Vikings didn't win.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I personally, I don't think he's gonna retire. I think he might be just threatening the NFL. Like, hey, I'm gonna fucking retire, and you guys are gonna lose a shit ton of money. So, but we'll see. I think he's gonna come back. I think eventually.
If the whole NFL players union are going to sue on his behalf, then they'll cut a deal. There's some kind of deal that will be made.
And especially since all this shit that's been going on with Roger Goodell and the NFL, I think this offseason some shit's going to be flipped, some shit's going to be turned around, and I think Adrian Peterson's going to come back next year, and I think he's going to have a good year next year. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, Adrian. Okay, we should talk about fantasy football. So we're going to do things a little bit different. We're going to obviously give our studs and duds of this past week.
Don't start Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, don't start Adrian Peterson.
Damn it!
But also since it's the playoffs for a
That
lot
was
of
a fake
people,
onside kick.
it's the playoffs for a lot of people. So I think we should also give our starts, our locks, and our lock sits. Like, who are you going to start for sure to win you the championship, and who are you going to sit? So it can be anybody. So let's start off with our studs and duds. I'll start off with this past week. Let's see who we got here. Some playoff implications going on. I had here's a couple people that I could mention. Des Bryant had 3 touchdown passes.
Thanks for bringing that up. Bradley Fletcher is garbage. We need a new quarterback next year.
But you know what? I'm gonna give it to the Ravens defense. That was kind of a no-brainer. I started versus Jacksonville. They got 8 sacks, a pick, a block, field goal return for a touchdown, and they only allowed 12 points. So I'm going with the Ravens. For my dud, Calvin Johnson, man. I thought you would have a decent game versus Minnesota. The Lions in general, they started losing 14-0 in the beginning, and then they finally came back to win. But Calvin Johnson only got me 50 yards. I don't know what that's all about. And let's see, Carlo, who is your stud?
My stud would be, as always, Antonio Brown. Got me 12 points. Actually, Eddie Lacy, despite the Packers having a bad game, he got me 16 points. He scored a touchdown, over 100 yards total. And my dud would be the Eagles defense, who just whooped with the Dallas Cowboys offense. Bradley Fletcher, again and again, getting burned by Des Bryant. He was no match for Des Bryant. I don't know why he kept him single coverage on him. Later in the game, we finally made Kerry Williams follow Des Bryant around instead of Fletcher being on him.
I'm sorry, Carl. You gotta stop this.
All right. Okay. But yeah, Eagles defense. I thought you were better than that.
Dude.
All right. Hey Jackson, now who are your studs and duds for your fantasy this week?
I would have to go with Derrick Rose. I think was part of the stud. I'd give it to Tony Romo. He had a great game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sorry, Carlo, but yeah, great game. A little better than Kaepernick. He was my other quarterback. But and then my dud, AJ Green. I can't get anything out of AJ ever.
Great game.
Yeah, he's coming off a really good game.
Like it's just 4 points. It was not what I was expecting. But should I go on and continue to talk about the rest of my team? Or?
No, we don't have to talk about it. Hey, Pablo, who are your studs and duds for this week in fantasy?
I'd say my studs would be Marshawn Lynch. Got me a solid 15 points. It's been a minute since he was productive. Doing good. My dud. There's worse players, but I don't have to give it to Jordy Nelson just because he's one of those players. He's been carrying my team. I expect him to give me at least 15 points minimum. And if he doesn't do it, then it's a huge gap that I can't fill in my team.
He dropped a huge 90-yard touchdown during the game.
Yeah, he had a long touchdown.
He dropped it.
But yeah, I mean, I had worse players, but I'll say Jordan Nelson just because he's one of my key players that I.
You didn't see that?
You didn't see
You
it?
didn't
You see it again?
No, yeah, I agree. The Bills absolutely just shut down Aaron Rodgers. But they shut
Bills-
down everything.
Yeah,
They're serious.
If they have a better quarterback, he would be. You can say that for a lot of teams like the Rams, but the Bills, seriously, they shut down Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers in back-to-back weeks. That's high praise. That's not easy to do. So we were probably just going for it.
Exactly. So now it's something a little different. Like I said, since this is the fantasy football playoffs for most people, most league championship games, we're going to give you the number one start that you must start in your fantasy league. Doesn't matter who you have or who you got. So you guys want to look through who?
Oh, like anyone? Anybody.
It could be anybody.
I got one for you.
Just gonna look some stuff up here real quick. Hold on a second.
I'm about to get that safety right now.
I got one for you. Start Andrew Luck.
Here we go. We're gonna start with Carlo. Carlo, who's your championship start and sit?
I say start Andrew Luck against the Cowboys because the Cowboys are playing at home and they have not been good at home lately. And I think Andrew Luck is just one of the best quarterbacks right now. So, and I think they can take advantage of that Cowboys defense, which is better than we expected, but it's still not very good. So, and I'm hoping for them to win. So that's it.
Yes. So my start. The Eagles are pissed off. They're playing the Redskins, and I know it's in DC, but LaShawn McCoy, he's gonna tear that defense apart. I'm gonna say LaShawn McCoy is my guarantee start.
I'm gonna go with another running back. I'm gonna go with Le'Veon Bell. I think he's gonna ball out like you.
Who did they play?
Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
He's playing Atlanta.
They choose that bell.
Oh no, they played Atlanta. Still, I think Le'Veon Bell is still gonna have a great game.
For my start, actually, I'm gonna say Jordy Nelson just because they're coming off a loss and they're playing the Bucks next week.
Oh yeah.
So I think either with Jordy Nelson or Randall Cobb, but I'm saying Jordy Nelson for sure.
I think
Or Andrew Rogers.
Andrew
Andrew Rodgers.
I don't want to say his actual name.
I mean,
That's my soul. He's just as good as Tim Bradley.
They dropped the
Plays for what, the Minutemen or something like that?
The Redcoats.
The Redcoats.
Oh man! All right, so yeah, let's start and talk about some of our sits. I think it's a big game for sits. Seattle versus the Cardinals. I'm going to sit Marshawn Lynch. That Cardinals defense, they know that they need to pick it up big time, especially versus the Cardinals. The Cardinals defense needs to pick it up because they know their offense is struggling bad, and their defense needs to step it up. They're at home. It's Sunday Night Football. It's a primetime game. Do not start Marshawn Lynch because I believe the Cardinals are going to shut that down. And they want that. They want that division. Yeah. So sit Marshawn Lynch for your playoffs. I know it's hard to do.
My sit is AJ Green against the Broncos. He's gonna have Talib on him all night. And the Broncos has this, other than the Broncos, the Bengals has this thing where when they play prime time, they totally shit the bed, like out of nowhere. Like they are not good in prime time games. So I would say sit AJ Green.
There we go. Big names, two big names. Jackson, you got anybody?
Yeah, I would sit Jay Cutler
I think it's
for a lifetime. They do play the Lions next week, and the Lions are Jay Cutler kryptonite, and if it gets any worse, then
I think every team is Jay Cutler kryptonite.
well,
Yeah, Lions secondary is actually pretty good as well. So yeah, it's a good sit.
so I'll go with my boy Jay.
So Pablo, who's your sit of championship fantasy
I'm still
football?
thinking about it. I'm thinking, I don't know why. I'm just thinking Eli Manning against the Rams.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the Rams are. I mean, they're hot. I mean, they're not playoff bound, but they're just good, you know.
But here's a question for you: are you going to sit ODB against the Rams?
No.
No.
No. What the thinking about that? No. He's like the best receiver in the league right
I
now.
think it's the difference between because Odell Beckham he's gonna be catching those touchdowns, whereas Eli's gonna be throwing those touchdowns. But he's gonna be throwing more interceptions than he's throwing touchdowns. You know.
Hey, this is fantasy. All you get 2 touchdowns to Beckham. There you go. It's a good. That's a good game.
Yeah.
You don't have to win.
So then I'll just say bench the Redskins defense against the Eagles.
I don't think
That's stupid. I got
We've got Marshawn Lynch as our sits. You guys better sit those players.
if I see those players in your lineup, I'm gonna go look at like random fantasy leagues.
If you guys lose and you have those players in your lineup, we told you so.
AJ Green, bad in prime time. Bengals, not good in prime time.
Right. 18 touchdowns.
Well, then next week they'll just play the exact opposite of what we say.
Exactly. All right, guys. So we'll be right back. We're gonna have some of our picks for Week 16. We're gonna do our picks.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Hey, producer, cue elevator music. What are you doing?
Yeah, I need to get the ESPN logo.
Churros?
He actually really kind of smart. He like got the paper towel wet and
Yeah, that's easy.
wrapped him up and made a humidifier around it.
Does it make them soft again?
Yeah, but it's rubbery.
Rubbery.
They're decent though.
Because those things are like
The rubbery's
bricks.
okay.
Yeah.
Like chewy.
The bricks
waffles.
dish?
So we're gonna need to scoot a little bit closer
Cinnamon
for this one.
bricks.
The brisket shop?
Oh shit.
The brisket
The
shop.
brisket shop.
The churro shop.
The churro shop.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah.
Can see everybody? Can we see everybody?
We got this. We got this. We just gotta score really quick.
Yeah,
Get another stop. Just score really quick again.
yeah,
It's
totally.
easy.
And 2 missed conversions on each of you.
Yeah, dude.
Each.
You're saying that you didn't have
You already did it once.
Yeah, exactly. If you do it once, you can do it again.
Twice.
That's
Yeah,
logic right there.
I would shit my pants.
Like I said earlier, I wanted to put this off. Then I'm like.
Yo, y'all ready for some picks, man?
6.
Pick for Week 6.
Yeah, color. Go
Look
color.
at
Go color.
All right.
Go color.
All right.
Look at that, Jay Vick.
All right, get up and keep going. Keep going.
Wait, what do you think they are? The Eagles?
Yeah. It's happening.
All right, y'all. We're gonna do some picks for Week 16 of the NFL
Time
season.
goes 16 already. Time goes by so fast when you're having fun. Not yet. Not yesterday. No.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the Thursday night game. It's a thrilling match between 2 teams with a combined winning total of 4 wins.
Yeah, suck for duck sweepstakes.
So we got
Suck for duck.
we got the Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Somehow, I don't know who says, but Jacksonville's 3-point favorites somehow, some way.
They're playing at home.
Let's say,
Yeah.
hey,
It's a 3-point home.
Jacksonville.
I actually, you know what? I'm picking Jacksonville because I think they're a better team than the Titans. They've been playing a lot of teams close, but they just
Doesn't
Jacksonville.
Hey, Paula, let's get
I
your
like either of them.
Which colors do you like better, Paula?
Hey.
You watch more football than Pablo. So
True.
okay.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I watched the loot plays, okay?
So, Paula, Titans or Jaguars?
I don't like the Titans, so I'll say Jaguars.
Wait, the who?
And Jackson.
You know, I forgot about the Titans all year. I feel bad for them, so I'm gonna go with the Titans.
So are you remembering the Titans now?
I'm remembering the Titans.
I thought that's what you were getting at. I said,
Totally was,
I
totally
forgot the
was.
Titans all year. I'm like, all right, I'll take credit for that. Good.
That was good.
I'm also remembering the Titans for once.
Are we getting played?
All
Alright.
right, so Saturday. We got 2 Saturday games. It's going to be the Chargers at the Niners. Niners are 2.5-point favorites. You know what, Niners? I think they're going to go out with a little bit of pride in something. I don't know what injuries we have, but I think we can put up somewhat of a fight. I'm taking the Niners versus the Chargers. Niners.
Sorry, but the Niners have 9 to fight for their after the playoffs. Chargers are fighting for their lives for the playoffs. And I think they're a better team, the Chargers, so I'm taking the Chargers.
All right, Paula.
Yeah, I don't really like the Chargers, but I'll see the Chargers.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be on yourself on this one. I'll go with the Chargers for the reason the playoffs.
Do you guys even have any linebackers left?
Yeah, we have like our fourth string kicker.
Wait, you carry 4 kickers?
Yeah,
There's the problem.
Going with the Chargers.
So I am the lone wolf picking my
Go for
Niners. Ow! So we got the Eagles and the Redskins. This is in Washington. Philly is a 8-point favorite. Got the Eagles.
I don't know about that spread, but I get the Eagles. We're playing Angry Birds.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Clean sweep there. All right, let's get into some Sunday games. Sunday games, we have the Vikings and the Dolphins. Miami is 6.5-point favorites. It's in Miami. I have the Dolphins. They're I don't know if they're still eligible for the playoffs or what.
They
They
are. They need a lot of help though.
Yeah, I still think they're going to pull one out. They put up a decent fight versus who did they play last week? Patriots.
The Patriots.
For the first like 3 quarters and then.
The first half actually.
Yeah, they say.
That's the Patriots.
I still have the Dolphins. Dolphins over the Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings. I've been picking the Dolphins. I was like, Dolphins was your Jets for me, but I gave up on them. They're losing. They're just losing it, and then the Vikings are starting to put stuff together. So I'm picking the Vikings.
I don't like the Vikings. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
I don't like the Vikings, so I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
I don't like the Dolphins. I'm going for the Vikings.
Let's go. All right, next game we have Ravens at the Texans. Baltimore is 4.5-point favorites. I think they should stay in power. I got the Ravens over the Ravens over the Texans.
I also got the
Ravens.
Ravens.
Teal, come on, dude.
Wait, what just happened?
Ravens, Vikings.
So we got the Ravens versus the Texans. Ravens
Texans.
are 4.5-point
Ravens,
favorites.
the Vikings.
The Vikings already happened.
I'm picking the Vikings.
Ravens versus the Texans. I have the Ravens.
I'm picking the Vikings.
Yeah, me too.
I'm picking the
Good night,
Ravens.
folks.
Okay. Well,
Picking the Ravens.
Too late. Pick
Ravens.
Houston, I'm going with my Texans.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to Texans too.
Yeah,
Who's starting?
JJ's my Jets. That's my Jets team.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick got hurt, so that's
Yeah.
They still have JJ Watt.
I mean, it's not. JJ Watt quarterback.
Who's starting for their quarterback?
JJ Watt.
First defensive player to be quarterback.
JJ Watt steps back, throws to himself.
JJ Watt.
JJ Watt.
All right, next game.
Tackle
All
JJ Watt.
right, next game. Lions versus Bears. Detroit is 4.5-point favorites. It's in Chicago. I've got the Lions. They want that division.
I got the Lions too. I can't see the Bears performance. The Bears are just not in this year.
Bears.
That's right, Bears all the way. Woo!
I mean, shit, being a Saints fan, you're losing to the fucking Saints right now. So, I'm going with the Lions.
All right, so next game we have
Like,
the
we're doing that to you right now. Some should know that.
This game is even. No team.
Browns
are beating you in the second half.
I think the Browns come back with little Johnny
It's looking fine. I want that's over.
I'm taking Johnny Manziel here. I
You
think
went to the
they're.
playoffs, bro? You went to the playoffs?
I think. Actually, you know what? You can change that. I'm going with the
So they
Panthers.
pick the Browns.
No, I'm going with the Panthers.
Oh, shit. Browns.
I'm just kidding.
No, I picked the Panthers. They want that division too. They're fighting for a division spot
fuck
with the Browns. Well, the Browns are pretty much done, so I feel like the Panthers is more to fight for.
There you go.
Well, because you said that, I'll go for the Browns.
Team Johnny.
Yeah, but I'll go for Menzel too. Fuck the
Yeah,
Panthers,
right?
man.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even though like we're still fighting.
He's got something to prove. He's trying to make a name for himself in the NFL. I think he's gonna study the tapes and ball out.
That, and I mean, the Saints are still fighting for that playoff spot. So I mean, we need the Panthers to lose.
Probably real low.
Oh!
So Falcons, Saints. This is in New Orleans. Saints are 6.5-point favorites. Saints aren't good at home. Falcons already beat them once this
That's so
year,
sad.
but I am taking the Saints. I think they're kind of resurrecting. So.
They're erecting themselves.
Saints.
They're gonna walk again.
This is a tough one because they're both really bad teams. That's like
It's
fighting for your division. I'm taking the Saints because they're at home.
There you go. Paul.
Who is it? Saints and
Saints and Falcons.
Hey, fuck off.
what?
Hey.
Sorry.
You're not invited next week. Can we do that? Can I get 1 second, please? Can I get 1 second on that?
No, she watches more games than you.
Exactly.
Man.
Then I'll say the Falcons then.
No.
I think the Falcons are going to deflate the Saints erections and take home.
No, we got a good supply of what's
Pablo's picking the Saints.
yeah.
What are they called?
So next game we have the Packers and the Bucks. Packers are 10-point favorites. They're in Tampa Bay.
Ooh, Tampa Bay.
The Packers did just lose to the Bills. Aaron Rodgers. I can pick the Packers.
I don't like them, so the other one.
Paul picks the other one.
I don't like them either. No.
I mean, I feel like the Packers won the Super Bowl, so yeah.
Yeah.
Follows the lone rule.
Paul, you're the one. Look.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nailed
What
it.
happened was Paul thought Jackson was gonna back her up, and
No.
shit backfired.
No.
We got Chiefs and Steelers. This is Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is 3-point favorites. Pittsburgh lost that division as well. I take the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's at Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
I'm going with the Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers.
Clean sweep there. Next game, Patriots.
But
and
Jamar
Jets.
Charles still
Oh,
gonna put it
this-
work though.
Patriots are 10-point favorites in New England. Or sorry, it's in New York. New Jersey, to be fair. I'm stopping my infatuation with the Jets. I'm taking the Patriots.
This is a tough game to pick. I mean, it's a divisional game. It's hard to pick Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah. Was it Tim Bradley? What was it?
Yeah, Tim
Tim
Bradley.
Bradley.
Tim Bradley and the Redcoats.
Tim Bradley and the Redcoats it is. Next game, Giants, Rams. This is in St. Louis. St. Louis is 5-point favorites. Rams, they had a little stumble last week, but their defense is still good. I'm picking the Rams.
I don't like the Giants or the other one.
You do my thing now?
Vikings or what?
The Vikings, yeah, the Vikings.
I'll go with the Giants. I got a gut feeling this is.
It's happening.
This is
I got the
gonna happen.
Rams.
With the Rams.
Got the Rams.
That means Jackson, you're holding the
Oh!
All right, we got next game, Bills, Raiders in Oakland. Bills are 6-point favorites. Bills coming off I would say, a pretty big win versus the Packers.
Yeah.
I've got the Bills. They've been fighting hard. It's the first time they've been relevant in late December now, so I have the Bills.
I'm gonna surprise you. I'm taking the Raiders. They're playing at home. The Bills are not as good on the road as they are at home.
Not the Saints, right? It was amazing on the road.
Yeah. I think Murray, the running back, and Derek Carr are really big bright spots for the Raiders. I think they're gonna have a very decent game. So I'm taking the Raiders.
Pick the Bills.
Go with Bills.
Bills.
Carly, you are the lone wolf.
And an idiot. Raiders,
We have 2 wins. Next game, we have the Colts at the Cowboys. Cowboys are 3-point favorites. This is going to be a crazy good game. I'm really excited to see this. Depending if DeMarco Murray plays, we don't know.
I think that's gonna be the
I
second
think
half
the
of it.
Colts. Both teams are 10-4. I got the Colts with the upset.
I don't like the Cowboys, so I'm picking the other team.
I feel bad. I'm Cowboys.
I'm gonna go with JP. I think the Colts are gonna. Well, even if DeMarco Murray plays, he's got a broken hand. That's gonna hurt like a son of a
It's gonna just go away. I guess.
Colts.
That's a heck of a year. That's called a track.
I mean, I'm going with the Colts too, man. I feel it. And I mean, the Cowboys. I mean, they're trying for the playoff spot, but the Colts are just good. I mean, it's Andrew Luck.
It's Andrew Luck for sure. I mean, Paul, you're the lone wolf.
All right. I just wanted to do that.
All right, so now we have Seahawks at the Cardinals. This is going to be a really good game. Seahawks, I don't know how this is happening. I think, all right, so the Seahawks are 7.5 point favorite just because the Cardinals have like their third or fourth or 18th string quarterback in.
Cardinals first already, right?
But, man, this is a close game.
I feel like I'm gonna break my ACL if you're talking about the Cardinals.
This is, you know, I'm going Cardinals because fuck the Seahawks.
Seahawks are gonna win this. Seahawks.
Cardinals. Love their defense. The defense for the Cardinals is going to win.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Seahawks. Sorry.
Everybody leave. All right, Monday night football game. This is it should be kind of interesting. The Broncos at the Bengals. The Broncos are 3.5 point favorites. Broncos have clinched a playoff spot, still fighting for seeding. But yeah, I got the Broncos.
Yeah. Bengals shit during primetime games.
Attaboy, get it out.
You got it.
I got that shit out.
Broncos? Yeah, we'll go with the Broncos.
I'll say Broncos too.
The Denver Mannings.
All right. So the Denver Broncos. So that's about it. That does it for the podcast. This will be the last podcast of the year. So we just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody out there. Have a good one. And like we always do, Paul, I don't think you know you have a really good one, but when we sign off, we say the Burka Shaw.
Oh, okay.
Can you say that? Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so peace out, y'all.
It's a player. The Break a Shot Ferguson.
I do
Or
that.
the Jets.
Man.